All right, welcome everybody. This is DeepBrain AI and Runway webinar. Uh, we'll start with some personal introductions, then Runway will do a presentation on their tools, DeepBrain will do a presentation on our tools, and then I'll show you some interesting ways to use these two tools together, and we'll finish up with a Q&A session at the end. This webinar is being recorded. Everyone who registered will receive a link to the recording. And there's a Q&A icon on the bottom of your screen. Please ask the questions in the Q&A window, and that's what we'll review at the end. And any questions that don't get answered on the call will be followed up in email. And without further ado, let me introduce these two fine young gentlemen from Runway. Will, do you want to take it first?
Sure. Thanks. Hi, everybody. My name is Will. I've been at Runway for just over a year now. I previously was working at Frame.io, where I spent the last 5 years discussing video workflows with lots of enterprise clients. If you have any questions after this, you feel free to email me, will@runwayml.com or sales@runwayml.com. Thank you.
My name is Ian. My title at Runway is Staff Video Workflow Architect. I have been in the traditional post-production visual effects and motion design world since I could remember. I wanted to be an editor when I was like 13 years old. Went to film school, moved out to LA, previously was director of post-production for an agency here in Los Angeles. And I've been exploring AI video content creation with Runway. I just hit my 2-year mark last week. The space moves very quickly and super excited to show you guys what we have going on at Runway.
Great, thanks, guys. And my name is Joe Murphy. I'm a business development manager at DeepBrain AI. We focus on video synthesis with hyper-realistic AI avatars. I've been with DeepBrain for about 2 years now, and I'm located in our Palo Alto office. And now I will hand it over to Ian, I believe.
Yeah, do a little Runway demo here. I'm going to share my screen. So if you guys go to runwayml.com, that's where you're going to find our product and our platform. You can sign up completely for free. You can just log in using Gmail, and you can use everything that I'm going to show you here today for free. It's really cool, really super easy. And once you sign into Runway, well, I guess I'll give you a little quick overview. Runway is a full stack applied AI research company with a focus on video and image synthesis and editing. And so that's kind of our bread and butter. We're going to be demoing a text to video product today in the form of Gen 2. That's what we call it. But when you log into your Runway account, you'll be thrown onto your dashboard, which looks something like this. We are not going to go into everything today, but if you click on View All Tools, we have over 30 different tools that all leverage machine learning or AI in some form or fashion, mainly centered around content creation for video and images. But today we're just going to be focused on Gen 2, which is text or image to video. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to create a background that I would want to put behind a digital avatar or some sort of background that's just not a plain background. We're going to make something cinematic and cool. So I'm going to click on Start with Text for Gen 2 up here, and it's going to ask me to input a text prompt. And so I'm going to create a video. And the scene that I'm going to create today is a quiet suburban street at dawn with pine trees and beautiful clouds, right? And I'm going to click on Free Preview. And what that's going to do is it's going to generate 4 still images that are going to serve as frame 1 of my video. And I can change the style or I can change the aspect ratio very easily down here. So let's say I wanted to change this style to cinematic. I can choose the cinematic style, and I could also come over here and choose, let's say, a 3:4 aspect ratio if I was creating something for Instagram or something like that. Now I can click Free Preview, and these previews down here are going to be in 3:4 aspect ratio. Same exact prompt here, but now with the cinematic style selected on it. And I can change that and kind of do whatever I want down here. I can create any number of things just very simply. But realistically, what I'm going to be looking at here is the reason I chose Free Previews because it's essentially going to show you frame 1 of your video. And that's going to allow you to change your prompt or add or remove things to get to the desired result that you're looking for the video that you're trying to create. But for this demo, we're just going to go with one of these that we've already created here. This one up here in the top right-hand corner looks pretty good. So I'm going to click Use as Image Input. And now it's time to make this thing move. So there's a couple different ways that we can make our video or our image move inside of Runway. Way number 1 is just by using the general motion slider. This is essentially going to look at your image and it's going to determine what that image is, and it's going to apply motion based on what it thinks the image is. And you can do very little motion, very extreme motion, or somewhere in the middle. The default is 5. So I'm going to go ahead and click on generate 4 seconds. And what that's going to do is it's going to look at this image and understand what it is. It's going to say, I'm looking at a city street with some clouds, and what I'm going to expect this video to look like is some movement in the clouds, possibly some movement in the camera within our scene, because it's trying to kind of figure out what it wants to do with that image, and it's going to bring it to life automatically. The second way that we can create motion in our video is by choosing the motion ourselves. And we call this director mode at Runway. And so essentially what I can do is I can click on this camera motion button, and I can choose how the camera is going to move through my scene. So obviously I have a wide shot of a suburban city street. I'm just going to do a very simple dolly inward. So I'm going to click on the zoom in button here. I'm going to zoom in at a speed of 2.5, click save, and now generate 4 seconds. And now this video is going to have a very specifically controlled camera motion, where this video, once it gets done rendering, is going to have the generic motion that we chose earlier. And just to give you a indication here, it takes about 45 to 60 seconds to generate a 4-second video. Once this thing hits about 49 or 50%, it'll render and it'll finish. So we'll come back to that in just a minute. And the third and final way that you can create motion in your videos is by using our newest tool, which is called Motion Brush. And Motion Brush allows you to actually take a brush tool and paint over areas of your video that you want to apply the motion to. So in this example, I only want these clouds to be moving. So I'm just going to paint this motion brush over the clouds. And maybe we actually just introduced the ability to add 5 different brushes to your scene. So for brush 1 in our clouds, I'm going to have them move towards the camera on the Z-axis. So essentially I want the clouds to be moving towards us, kind of over the camera. So I'm going to do a proximity value closest to camera at 2.5, and we'll have it move upwards a little bit as well. And that's on brush number 1. And for brush number 2, I'm just going to paint over these trees right here, these foreground trees, and I'm going to give it a little bit of ambient motion. And essentially what ambient motion is, you can think of it like noise or like wind. Works really great for wind, water, fire, things that need a little bit more organic movement that aren't so linear. So I'm going to get a little bit of ambient motion to the trees, and I'm going to give some proximity motion to my clouds. Click on save, and I'm actually going to get rid of my camera motion here just because I want, I just want the motion in the clouds only. Or maybe we'll just reduce that motion. Click generate. And now we're going to go back up to our first video here. Here's the general motion. Added a little motorcycle traveling down the right-hand side of my street there. So this is the generic motion slider. It's kind of understanding what the scene is, and it's applying the motion on its own, right? So it applied the camera moving backwards. It gave some motion in the clouds up there and added this little like biker or motorcycle guy going down the side of the street here. This is our camera motion only, right? So I told it that I want the camera to be pushing into this scene at a speed of 2.5. Nothing else in my scene is moving, but my camera is kind of moving nicely down my scene. And we are waiting for our motion brush slider down here. And this will work with anything. Even if you wanted to do something very, very simple, you can come in here. Let's get rid of our cinematic style. And we can say like minimal blue gradient background texture. That's not how you spell gradient. Thank you for spell check. Click on free preview, or we can come down here and say something like a beautiful tropical beach at sunset, palm trees, tranquil ocean. So anything that you want, you can just type right into Runway here, and it will create those images for you. And then you're able to very easily and quickly turn those images into videos. And the last thing I want to show you here is, let's say that you have a clip that you need to be 8 seconds or 10 seconds or 12 seconds. Obviously, you're only creating a 4-second video here, but you have 2 different ways that you can extend your generations inside of Runway. Way number 1 is by clicking on this extend button, where you can actually extend your video by 4 seconds, and then another 4 seconds, and then another 4 seconds, up to 16 seconds total. And just by clicking on the extend button, it will actually attach 4 more additional seconds of generated video onto your original video and stitch it together seamlessly so that you can create an 8-second video. Or if you wanted to, I'm just going to quickly open a new tab here. We have another tool inside of Runway that's super useful for doing exactly that. It's called super slow motion. So I'm going to open the super slow motion tool. I'm going to go into my Gen 2 outputs here, grab my video that we just created, of that city street, right? Pushing down. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell Runway to slow this down by 50%, click on process. And what that's going to do is it's actually going to create frames between all of my frames using AI and slow that video down. So now my original 4-second generation is now an 8-second generation. And I could slow that down even more to say 20%, and that's going to get me up to like 10 seconds or 12 seconds. So you can take a 16-second generation that you've made in Runway and slow it down even more to like 30 plus seconds just using some of the other tools that we have in the creative suite over here at Runway. And I'll show you just very quickly. Here's our motion brush example, right? I got my clouds moving over the camera, kind of overhead, and some very light wind in the trees, which might be kind of hard to see on Zoom, but they are moving very, very slightly here in the wind. But really the main focus here was supposed to be those clouds that are moving overhead. So lots of different ways that you can control the motion and how motion moves in your scenes with Runway using motion brush or director mode, or just apply general motion. And this will work for live action photos that you've taken on your cell phone. It'll work for generated content that you've created in Runway. Really, there's just endless possibilities of what you can do inside the Runway platform. And I believe Joe is going to demonstrate now kind of bringing in some Runway assets into DeepBrain and kind of using them in conjunction together. But if anybody has any questions about what you've seen here today, I'll show you the extension when we're on the way out. This is our 8-second extension where it's going to stitch an additional 4 seconds onto the end of my original video here. And you can't even tell that it's a completely seamless transition all the way to 8 seconds long. But if you have any questions specifically about the Runway platform, please drop them into the Q&A at the bottom of the Zoom, and I will be happy to answer them at the end. And that's it for Runway.
Hey, Ian, thank you so much. You are the fastest talker I ever worked with.
I'm on my second cup of coffee, to be fair. So,
and I can confirm how easy it is to use. I did create some Runway videos yesterday, and I will share them in a bit. So let me jump into the DeepBrain presentation. Hang on a sec here. Okay. All right. Ian and Will, give me a thumbs up. Can you guys see my screen? All right, perfect. Thanks, everybody. All right, so let's talk about DeepBrain AI and our AI Studios product. We focus on hyper-realistic virtual humans. So actually, everything you're seeing in this video right here is AI avatars created by DeepBrain AI. Some of these are celebrities. Actually, in the center, in the soccer uniform, that's Sun, and he is a very famous Korean soccer player. He plays in Premier League, and that's his AI avatar that we created in collaboration with AIA, which is an insurance company that uses Sun and his alter ego, AI Sunny, that we created as a brand ambassador for their company. On the right, you'll see the bald-headed gentleman. That is Howie Mandel. So we created an AI avatar of Howie. We went down to his studio in LA and created an avatar using training data that we collect during a video filming session. And then the other three you see here are our stock avatars. These are avatars that are available in our AI Studios platform, and anyone can select these avatars and create videos with these avatars. A little bit about DeepBrain, the company. We are recognized as the market leader for AI avatars. This is a 2023 report by CB Insights. So AI avatar generated videos, DeepBrain is the market strength leader and the execution strength leader, according to CB Insights. And here's an actual example of a video. This is just a very high level, simple example, but our solution is script to video. So you type the script, select the avatar you want to work with, and then we generate the video of that avatar delivering that information. And here's a quick example.
Hi there. My name is Paige. I am one of the newest virtual employees at DeepBrain AI. I am an artificial human made with deep learning technologies.
So within that video, this is an avatar based on a real person. So the voice has been cloned, and through a deep learning process, the way the mouth moves, the way the head moves, the way the hands move, that's all learned behavior from the model that we captured in the studio. So we create these avatars based on real people. We can also do virtual people, and we can even do cartoon characters. So the script to video technology can be applicable in all three different scenarios. What makes our technology different from other avatar companies is something that I'll probably say again and again. We consider it hyper realistic. But what does that mean? From a layman's terms, it means if I put the AI avatar and the real person in video side by side, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. How do we correlate that to a measurement? We talk about the structural similarity index measurement. So through our testing, we claim 96.5 similarity of our AI avatar to the real person. So not only do we make it look real and sound real, but we do the full body with gestures as well. So some AI human solutions or AI avatar solutions, you'll see them, it's basically a shot from the waist up, their hands are fixed, the head moves a little bit, but that's about it. With DeepBrain, we have gestures where the avatars can point to things on the screen. As they're talking, their hands are naturally moving the way we learned how these people move their hands in real life. And then we also offer real-time synthesis. So what I'm going to show today is AI Studios, which is meant for generating video. But we also have another product that I won't go deep on today, but it's called AI Human. And this is an interactive video experience now. So you can ask questions and get answers in real time.
Hello, I am Max, a hyper-realistic avatar.
So for our AI Studios, you can visit deepbrain.io and log into the AI Studios account. You can try it for free. We have over 100 stock avatars ready to go. We support more than 80 languages, and it really is an easy-to-use editor where you type the script, you can import assets, you can import music, you can import your own voice if you want, and you can really customize and make a compelling video. So I would recommend everybody give it a try. The first video is free, and the pricing is up there on the website, so we're very transparent about it. Typically, we look at either a monthly program or a yearly program, which enables a 20% discount. So how are people using our AI Studios for creating videos? These are some of the top categories that we see. Training videos for on-the-job training, business videos to promote my local business, news videos, and I'm going to go a little bit deeper on the news topic, so stay tuned for that in the next few slides. Commerce and marketing, talking about products, selling products online, talking about services, and really advertising. So these videos can be uploaded to websites, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Just everybody knows how short form video is outperforming all the other advertising methods right now. And then finally, educational videos. So creating compelling videos with people talking and leading an educational experience. I mentioned the news segment, and I'm going to show some examples of the news segment. And in the AI news market, at the pyramid at the top, we look at the cable news networks. There's only a few of them. There's a handful of them, and they're national networks. And then on the next layer down, we have the regional and affiliate news. And every town, every city across the US has regional and affiliate news, typically ABC, NBC, and CBS. And then at the very bottom layer where we see this huge market is web, social media, blog, newsletter news, like AI newsletters. And so the kind of the micro news sites. So DeepBrain AI actually participates with our avatars in each of these segments. And this is an example of national news in Korea and China. They are using our AI news anchors, the MBN network in Korea. That is Kim Joo-ha, who is what I'll call the franchise face of the network. She's recognizable throughout Korea. This is her AI avatar that they're using to provide timely updates throughout the day. So because we do script to video, they can broadcast out these quick little 1 minute, 2 minute segments all day long just by typing the script and generating the video. DeepBrain AI is the only company that can do this in full HD and be accepted by the public because they are hyper realistic. So I'll just jump right into this example of Kim Joo-ha right here.
AI 앵커가 전하는 오늘의 주요 뉴스입니다. 정기국회 마지막
I'm going to pause the video right here. And in the lower left-hand corner, you can see the English letters AI. So it's important to note that the news station is being very transparent with the users. They're letting them know this is the AI version of Kim Joo-ha, and this is not the real Kim Joo-ha. So we find that is all of our customers are doing that. And then this is CCTV in China, and this is AI Wang. Let me just play this one.
前辈请多关照。虽然我是第一次报道全国两会，但整个团队和你一样经验丰富。我还特别观察到，在部分代表。
So that's two examples of national networks. Now let's look at a regional network. This is Fox 26 in Houston, Texas, and they created a virtual correspondent. Her name is Reva Houston, and I'll play a video here of Reva Houston.
Hello, I'm Reva Houston, your virtual correspondent for Fox 26. Here is what's happening this week. ERCOT has issued a weather watch until Friday because of forecasted higher temperatures and higher electrical demand. Officials say grid conditions are expected to be normal.
So that's an example of a regional affiliate using our AI avatars. And now we talk about the micro news sites. This is ainews.com. This is an AI newsletter, and they're using our AI avatar as well.
Thank you for joining us today. My name is AI Alicia, and this is AI News. We start today with Meta. The tech giant led by Mark Zuckerberg is making a colossal investment in NVIDIA's H100 graphics cards, a key component in our
An interesting point on this last video for AI Alicia, she's actually using her own real voice and using our avatar to deliver the video presentation. So you can use your own voice, or you can use the stock voice, or you can use one of the hundreds of voices that we have available. You can bring in voices from third parties. So we're very flexible to work with.
artificial intelligence.
So now I want to show a couple examples that I did with DeepBrain and Runway working together. So I logged into Runway just yesterday. I got it's very simple to use the website. And what I did is I used their photo to video feature. So I uploaded a photo of the Cybertruck. And you can imagine using this to create B-roll for a web episode. I went to the Top Gear website, looked at a review of the Cybertruck, and then I took some text from that review, paired it with my AI avatar, and then uploaded the Cybertruck video that I created in Runway. And before I play this, I'll show you what it looks like within AI Studios. So I'm going to switch screens here into AI Studios. Here's the project that I showed in the presentation. So if I hit edit here, you can see within AI Studios, I just did a short sentence here. I like how the Cybertruck looks. This was from the Top Gear review. And then I uploaded this video here using this asset tool. So I can upload images, videos, or audio, and then select them. And then as far as the avatar goes, I can select any one of the 100 of avatars that we have available. And just to show you a look behind the scenes here, this is where I was in the Runway platform, creating the video of the Cybertruck. So you can think of this as creating B-roll for a video. And you can see it down here. That's the picture that I uploaded. And this is the video that I got of the Cybertruck driving down the road. And then if I come back to my PowerPoint, and I'll just play here.
I like how the Cybertruck looks. I love how it sticks two fingers up at anything that's gone before. That it aggravates some people.
So that's just a quick example. We could do a whole episode based on the script that somebody wrote, the B-roll and the moving video that we create with Runway, and then using the avatar to deliver the information. And then the next one that I'm going to show is one that I did using Runway for the video, DeepBrain for the avatar, and OpenAI to write the script. And let me just show you what that looks like. So within AI Studios, you can select the OpenAI prompt generator. And I wrote a prompt, tell me an interesting fact about meerkats. And then OpenAI provided a script. I used that script. And then I went to Runway and said, generate an image of meerkats standing on guard. And then Runway generated that. I uploaded that asset. And then finally, here's the finished product.
A fun fact about meerkats is that they are known for their cooperative behavior, taking turns to stand guard and alert the group of potential threats. They also have a unique way of greeting each other through physical contact.
So that's an example of using multiple AI engines to create what could be a compelling, fun, educational video, using an avatar to deliver information, using Runway to create visual effects about what you're talking about, and then starting with OpenAI or ChatGPT to actually write the script.
I like.
And with that, I'll stop presenting. And we could go to the questions and answers. And I'll start at the top. So this question is for Runway. What is your engine? DALL-E 3, Midjourney, or something else?
Something else. Our engine's a proprietary model that we've built internally here at Runway. Like I said at the beginning, Runway is a full stack applied AI research company. So not only are we doing the foundational research, but we're able to put it into our own consumer facing product very, very quickly. Just a little bit of like Runway historical reference. One of our lead engineers was the one who brought latent diffusion to market, which then turned into stable diffusion and kind of brought around the AI image revolution. And so we were kind of piggybacking on that back in the day and thinking about video. And so all of our models and everything that you use inside of Runway is proprietary to the Runway ecosystem.
Got it. And the next question is, what was that website again? And I'm not sure who it's directed to. So what's the Runway website?
Right. Yeah. It's runwayml.com. ML stands for machine learning, but yeah, runwayml.com is where you will access that.
And DeepBrain is deepbrain.io. And this is definitely for Runway. With motion selections, can you keyframe or use easing so motion isn't linear?
It's a good question. Not at the moment. So the way that Motion Brush works is right now you kind of are able to tell it which direction to go over the course of the 4 seconds, or you can use that ambient Motion Brush, which will kind of do non-linear direction. And it's kind of like random noise. So it's like, there's no like, it's just kind of random. And so that's kind of where we're at right now. But as we move forward into the future, I think what you can expect from the Runway side and what we're really focused on internally is kind of more control, higher fidelity, longer generation times. All of those things are very quickly coming down the pipe. And, we can expect to see some improvements in that area in the coming months and weeks. So what doesn't exist today could exist tomorrow morning. The space moves very, very quickly. So definitely keep an eye on it. Sign up for an account, use it. We push updates all the time. We ship stuff often. So if it's not today, it might be tomorrow.
Awesome. And this one I think is just a fan. I love the parallax perspective of trees moving in front of houses.
Thank you.
All right. The next one is
there's one right above
ahead.
that too. If you don't mind, if you want me to answer that one.
Is there a way to create?
Is there a way to create several clips with coherent looks and feel in order to edit them together smoothly? The answer is yes, you can. You can do it a couple different ways. One is through kind of like prompt engineering, right? Just like kind of including similar prompts, similar prompt modifiers to get the scenes looking very similar. Or you can use another one of our tools. We have a tool called image variation or image to image, where essentially you can upload a picture into image variation. And then without prompting at all, it'll just give you 4 different versions of that image in different angles and different, like focal lengths and that kind of stuff. So you can bring in one image, create a bunch of images using image variation, then run all those images through Gen 2 to get your videos. And then you can edit them together in a more traditional editing capacity. So that is possible today. Yeah.
Excellent. And then this one is for DeepBrain. Is that Howie Mandel? Yes, it is. So we did create an AI avatar of Howie Mandel, and we can create an AI avatar of anyone. It starts with a studio process. We bring them into a professional green screen environment. We shoot them. It takes a couple of hours of shooting, and that's the training data that we use to build our model. The next comment is the one on the left looks like fake Jake from State Farm. So that's interesting because we do shoot our avatars, our stock avatars, in personas. So we will look for somebody that could do a entertainment reporter persona and create an avatar based on that persona. A college professor or a high school teacher. So we create these personas, and I think Jake from State Farm may have been a persona that we were going after. So mission accomplished there. Next one for Runway. I would love to be able to put text or signs into the videos. Is that possible now?
Yes, with an asterisk. Our model right now isn't super good at understanding putting text into images, but if you upload an image into Runway that already has text or a sign in the image, you can animate that image into a video. You just kind of have to be careful. If you crank up the sliders all the way to 10, you might see some morphing. It's like that's the most extreme end of it. So if you are going to include an image with text or a sign, keep the motion speeds a little bit on the lower end, use the extension if you need to, and it should temporally hold its consistency across the generation. So you can do that now, but not directly from text to video.
Got it. And then for DeepBrain, do you have the ability to create your own avatar? So every avatar you saw today is what's called a studio avatar. These were created with video data captured inside a studio with a green screen environment. We are very soon to be offering what we call the Dream Avatar, which enables everyone to create their own avatar. So stay tuned for that. That'll be coming in a future webinar, but absolutely that is coming very soon. And then another question for DeepBrain, can the color of the clothes be changed to own brand colors? So typically we'll shoot the avatars in 3 to 5 different outfits. So there's some variability in the colors you can select, but we have had people overlay shirts and pants on top of the avatars. It's a little bit tricky to get it to work perfectly, but absolutely we've had people put their company logos on shirts, put their colors on shirts, and then overlaid that onto the avatars. Is there risk for using someone's likeness, Howie, to promote something? Is there permission or liability? So we have permission from Howie to talk about his avatar and show his avatar. We do not have permission to use his avatar. So when our customers want to use Howie's avatar, we put them in contact with his people, and he licenses that avatar out to people that want to use it. So everything is done, opted in, fully eyes wide open, and done with Howie's involvement when people want to use his avatar. Okay, I'll let Runway take the first part of this, and I'll jump in on the second part. Have either of you worked with nonprofits or associations? There seems to be a lot of synergy for conferences and updates. Runway, what's your take on that?
Yeah, Will, do you know the answer to that question?
Yeah, I mean, nothing like official, but lots of nonprofits have signed up for Runway through our various online plans. Sometimes if they reach out to us directly, we can give some discounts to get started. But majority of the time we see them on our standard or pro plan.
Got it. So from the DeepBrain side, working with nonprofits or associations, just at CES this year, so early January this year, we announced a collaboration with the Scott Morgan Foundation, and we created an AI avatar of a young woman who was diagnosed with ALS, more commonly known as Lou Gehrig's disease. And we created that avatar to help raise awareness of ALS, and also to give this person a way to communicate through video, because ALS is a very insidious disease. Paralysis is on the horizon for anyone who has this. So she will be able to use her avatar even after she loses her voice, after she loses some motor functions. The avatar will enable her to create videos, share her journey, and raise awareness of the disease. Okay, next question. Can all characters be placed behind a news desk? Yes, 100%. You can use the layering tool within the editor. If you know how to use PowerPoint or Google Slides, it's very similar to that, where you can take objects and pull them to the front and push them to the back. So you would just take a news desk, you would shape the avatar, make it the size you want, and then put the news desk in front of it. Okay, when I buy an annual plan, I have a certain number of minutes per month for video production. Do I have all the minutes of a year to start with, or I'll be given 90 minutes per month? Okay, from DeepBrain side, it's a monthly bucket of minutes. If you have a custom need, you can talk to our sales team and we can create a custom plan for you. What about on the Runway side as far as minutes per month of video?
Yeah. So your credits will refresh every month. You also have the option to buy credits a la carte. So if you run out of monthly credits before your refresh date, you can buy credits a la carte, or you can sign up for our unlimited plan and you can use what we call explore mode, which essentially doesn't use credits at all and allows you to do unlimited generations. It just puts you in a lower priority queue. I personally haven't ever seen a speed difference between using credits mode or explore mode. So there is some trade-off there, but yeah, you can do unlimited video generations with the unlimited plan on Runway, or you can use credits. All of our generative tools are a credit-based system. Gen 1, for example, and Gen 2 have different credit ratios for those videos. So definitely look at the top of the page when you're using the different tools to see how many credits it's going to take up. But my recommendation for anybody that's going to be using this on a regular basis, the unlimited plan is worth its weight in gold.
And then the next question, can I give notes to the voice, like make it sound more aggressive? So as I mentioned earlier, our avatars are shot in a persona. So if it's a newscaster persona, it's a very straight, dry, unemotional delivery. They do stay in that persona with their stock voice. So you can't really adjust aggressive or happy or sad. But we can work with any third-party text-to-speech TTS partner. And a lot of our partners do have tools that allow you to change the tone, the timbre, the cadence, and create that emotional effect that you're looking to do. So I would say through our partners, yes, that could be done. Using the stock voice that comes with the avatar, it is set in a fixed persona. And this is a fun one. Is that an AI-generated image behind you?
It is not. It was a panoramic photo that I shot. That's my wife. We were in Bali for our honeymoon, and I took that from my cell phone and then printed it on a canvas and put it behind me. So that is live action.
Okay, and then I can just have some fun and say that actually Will is an AI avatar from DeepBrain AI. Kidding. And then what resolution can I get with the avatars? So the resolution we export to is 1080p. We do have some avatars available in 4K if that's needed, but standard is 1080p. Is there a way to share the deck? I missed some of the details about the presentation. So this entire recording will be shared with everyone who registered. And if you need a copy of the deck explicitly, then you can just email me and I'll send you a link to the deck. How much is the cost of the real-time solution, and is it possible to have two avatars in the same scene to create a dialogue? I will reach out and discuss costs offline because it depends on many different variables. Are we pairing with a large language model or a chatbot? And then who's doing that text and who's doing that speech synthesis? And as far as having two avatars in the same scene, stay tuned. That feature should be available within the next few weeks, and that will be in a future webinar. Can DeepBrain be applied to something less than human? For example, can I upload an image of Bigfoot and make him talk? So yes, absolutely. We can do cartoon characters or animations. We've done it for, we did the Chips Ahoy chocolate chip cookie. We made an avatar of that using a 3D model. So let me know what you're thinking about and we can get that going. What's the direction of both Runway and DeepBrain are pointing at in terms of technology development? Maybe Ian, do you want to share a little on that?
Yeah, I mean, Runway, our goal is to continue to be the leader in AI generative video, and we're just going to keep pushing the boundaries and the limitations of that. And again, more control, more fidelity, longer generation times, better prompt coherence, all of these things to be able to create, video of any length in any style for any need. And that's kind of what we're focused on at the moment.
Got it. So at DeepBrain, our original goal was to create the world's most realistic looking and sounding AI avatars. I believe we're mission accomplished with that. We're still doing more and more to get more features added in. I'd say moving forward, our focus will be more on scalability. How can we make it so everyone can have their own AI avatar, and not just an AI avatar at scale, but looks and sounds like the real person too. And that is probably what I touched on earlier about our dream avatar coming will be us showing how to make these solutions more scalable. And we've got a couple minutes left. With DeepBrain's avatars, can you indicate where the text is to emphasize certain words? So typically the model is through the deep learning process, presenting the information as it has learned that person would present the information. So we don't allow you to emphasize certain words. It's part of the deep learning process and the hidden layers on the model. However, using some third-party text-to-speech tools, you can manipulate the speech and have those effects. And if you're wanting more information on that, I could recommend some partners. You would literally just go to their website, create the speech you want, and then upload the speech to the avatar, and it would give that delivery. Okay, for Runway, we'll say this is the last question. What are some common prompting techniques for Runway? For example, how would you approach iterating prompts to get the right image you want?
Yep, great question. We try to make it as simple as possible. So, you can say something like a cat, and it's going to give you right off the bat, if you use any of our models, it's going to opt to push your generation into more of a cinematic, like photorealistic realm without prompting for it directly. But the way that I like to tell people how our models work best is what it is, or what it looks like, followed by what it is. So you can say a painting of a cat, a low poly 3D render of a cat, a photo of a cat, right? What it looks like, what it is. The combination of those two things tend to yield the best results in Runway. And then you can add some prompt modifiers onto the end, basically just descriptive adjectives of what you're looking to accomplish. The field of views, you can say wide shot, medium close-up, extreme close-up, macro shot, those kind of things. We tend to lean a little bit more into the photography and cinematography terminology for our models. So those things will definitely get you into the right direction. But with the combination of pretty simple text prompts plus the style presets, you can get pretty close very, very easily. So if you haven't played around with it, I would definitely recommend going to check it out.
Okay, great. And then let's wrap this up. Thank you, everybody, for your time. Everyone who registered will get a copy of the recording. Any parting words from Runway?
Thanks for having us on. Really appreciate it. Go create amazing things with AI.
Excellent. And signing off from DeepBrain AI, if anybody needs to reach out to us, you can reach us on our website, deepbrain.io, or you can email us at global@deepbrain.io. Thank you, everybody, and thank you, Runway.